So finally, the third phase, the answer. Actually, you already know the answer, but not yet with your conscious mind. So you will need hints, images that have multiple layers of meaning so that you can decrypt the answer. So this technique is often used by fortune tellers. Those of them who are truly gifted, they can get a glimpse of your potential future, one of the futures, in their meditation. But they don't know how to express it in words. They only know the meaning of it. Remember the exercise we did with the number 4. It's the same principle here. So they have the meaning, but they need to decrypt it, explain it put it into words. So they will use tarot or coffee or runes to do this. So, and we will use the same principle here. So you know the meaning of the answer already. But now we need to find it a loosely structured environment to help you understand those meanings. So let me give you an example of scientist Mendeleev, who has invented the periodic table. Maybe you know that he has actually seen the periodic table in a dream. I mean, obviously, like, he was working on it, and so in the end he saw it in a dream. But we have prepared in stage 2 when we were gathering information. So now that this answer is ready for us. Basically what we did, we formulated a clear intention. Then we gathered information and downloaded into our unconscious mind. And now we wait for the answer. The processing powers of our unconscious mind are really astonishing. So not only does it store all memories of everything that has ever happened, it also controls our hormones, our heartbeat, our breathing, everything. So we can really trust that this amazing computer will find the best answer, will analyze all the different pieces of information. But you still have to work for it. You still have to download all the important information into it. But your work will be rewarded. So at this point, we kind of have to learn how to trust. Let me tell you a story of Henri Poincaré, hope I said his name correctly, a famous French mathematician. He was working on some mathematical problem and really struggling with it. He couldn't find the answer. And at some point he was like, okay, like, I'm done, like, this is not working. And he bought a one-way ticket to south of France, and he went there, and he just really enjoyed himself. He went to the sea, he sunbathed, he ate ice cream, and then he went to the bus, and as he stepped into the bus, the solution to the mathematical problem came immediately, completely. And he was astonished and super excited to get back home and check if the answer was actually correct, and it was. So this is an example of how, this technique being used, how he has downloaded all the information he needed, and then he just let it rest for a little bit. So, but we can't just sit waiting for the right answer to come, or sleep waiting for the right dream to come. We have to move this answer towards us. So we invite it. How do we invite it? We search for loosely structured environments to find the answer. What can it be? For example, we can start looking at the clouds. I'm sure when you were a child, you loved looking at the clouds and seeing different shapes in it. We will do the same thing now. So you look at the clouds without any intention, without any desire to find the answer there. You just observe them. And soon you will start seeing shapes. And soon the shapes will start giving you ideas. And soon ideas will develop into the answer. Interestingly enough, that another person who sees the clouds will see completely different shapes, because he has downloaded into his unconscious mind completely different information. So what we see is determined by what we have put inside ourselves before. But we can use other mediums as well. For example, we can use smoke or fire, how they move. Or you can use abstract paintings, or even poetry. For example, poets like Rilke or Blake, they're very good. You can really find amazing answers between the lines of their poems. If you have esoteric inclinations, you can use ancient divination techniques like tarot, I Ching, runes. But you can also use art. For example, automatic drawing or writing. When you draw or write without any intention, just letting whatever is coming out, come out. And when you can fully relax, the answer will very easily come out through automatic writing, for example. So if you have done the first 2 stages, the first 2 phases deeply enough, then the answer will come to you very naturally. You just need to be open, curious, and attentive. So we have nearly finished our course. Thank you for your desire to know your inner computer and the desire to make it more efficient. But as with everything in life, this quality that we have discussed can be trained. And it should be trained because it will give you a way of deeper understanding of the order of the world. Because the world is cyclical and can be predicted. You know this from markets. But this is not easy. So it will require a lot of effort to be able to get skilled in this technique. But with the regular practice, you will develop the qualities of intuition because your mind will start working much more efficiently. Which means that, well, you will be pretty amazing. Before I say goodbye, I have a postscriptum. So first, I wanted to remind you that not all intentions are equally strong. Purely selfish intentions can work in short term, but in long term, they are not sustainable. So you have to be very wise about the intention you choose. I ask you to use your intention for the good of all beings. So I've given you those instruments and they're very powerful, and you may and you should profit from them. But let your family, let your ecosystem, let your planet profit with you. If you have moral doubts about which intentions are for the good of all and which are not, you can use the simple exercise of 5 why to really get to the bottom of it. And postscriptum number 2. So these exercises can be done individually, of course, but also they can be done in a group with fellow-minded people. And when they're done in a group, it is much stronger, quicker, more potent. So, if you have interest in developing the powers of your mind, let me know and we'll see what we can do. This video is just the tip of the iceberg of what our inner computer is capable of. Good luck!